Welcome to this WordPress Essentials session. I'm Jason Hawkins, and this is an introduction to pages. What are they? Unlike posts, which is timed content that's released weekly or daily or monthly on your website, pages are considered static content within your site. So the content may not change very often, maybe every quarter or every 6 months. Although it's very easy to change this content, we don't actually need to do it very often. So there could be your services page, it could be your About Us page or landing pages on your site. It depends. Every site is unique in its own way, but Pages offers a flexible framework. Talking about flexible frameworks, there are different types of content editors available to you via plugins and via the WordPress core now using the Gutenberg editor. This version just touches briefly on that, some of the stuff around Visual Composer, Elementor, Divi editor, and K&D, our business, even we have our own lightweight editor that's great for high speed page loads rather than being a heavy loaded full featured content editor. We do some really cool things, and I've done a video on that in a separate training session. So we'll also take you through the setup of the core WordPress pages, such as the home page, posts, and privacy pages within the administration backend. So I'll flick you across to the screen share now. Enjoy. So the good part of working with pages is that the editing content is very, very similar to posts. There's a Gutenberg editor, there's your classic editor with a block, but a lot of different themes use different editors. So Visual Composer, Divi theme editor, there's custom editors. I know at K&D, our custom web design business, we do our own very straightforward, easy to use block editor that's down the page that is very lightweight, that loads quickly. In this instance, in this demo, I'm using the Gutenberg editor in basic WordPress 2019 theme. So there is no bells and whistles about this at all. It's just an example of how to use various pages within the site. Okay, so I've clicked through to the pages list, the pages menu, and we've got a few things here. This tells you how many pages have been published, how many I've got sitting in drafts, and you can see my full list here. Every WordPress system has what's considered a special page, a front page, your home page, and a post page. So those two pages are just basically set up like any other, but you allocate them to take that role. You do that in your settings. If you go to settings and then go reading, and you'll see here your home page displays. You can just get it to automatically show your posts, but that's very uncommon if you're using your site as a business website. You would normally choose this static page, and in this case my home page is called digital training, and my post page I've just called my posts. Let's just have a quick look at how that rolls. Here's my post page. Here's my page, it's called posts. All it does is suck in my news articles as a news feed. So I don't actually have to edit this at all. In the back end, it just automatically goes, this is my post page. I'm going to start displaying the WordPress feed that you can then customize in other ways with your theme. The home page is slightly different. This is again the 2019 theme, so it gives you an opportunity to do a large cover image or a feature image. Here's what would be a logo or the title of the site. Here's the subtitle of the site. Here's the title of the page itself, and here's my page content. And I can build that out with the Gutenberg editor, the block editor. At the bottom of the page, in this instance, there's a footer. So the footer actually starts here, and it's pulling in widgets. So recent posts, archives, comments, categories, tags, meta, and search as different web page widgets. we'll look at widgets in another training video, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. So there's my two different types of pages, and so once those are set, you rarely ever actually change that. So if I go back to my pages, I've also created an About Us page. And again, standard block editor in this case. So to add new blocks, I would just go up. I can add a new paragraph. This is my new, and so forth. If you want to get detailed insight around the Gutenberg block editor, I have another video in the list. Just go back to the reference list of my training videos. So that's the About Us. To update that is pretty simple. I can update my feature image here for the page if I wanted to set that, and you would do that just by clicking through. Here's my banner image. So on an About Us page, I wouldn't normally have a feature image like the home page, that big full-size image. So you can remove that here just by doing that. I can update the page here as well. So let's go back to our page list. The interesting thing, so I can quickly edit different parts. So I was just on that page edit. So if I roll over, that clicks me through to the full editor. If I go back, I can do a quick edit and just change the authorship, the publish date, the slug. This is your permalink, and I again hesitate to change that if it's already set in stone. I can update move it out of being live into published and draft. I can change the parent page if I wanted to. I'm going to actually leave all this and just move back to the list. As we build out our pages, you might be wondering how I actually display those to the site. So if I go to our home page, I'm just going to open that in a new list. So here's my title, my page title, and then my content. But I have no menu structure here. So I need to link pages to a menu. To do that, you go to Appearance, and you go down to Menus. And because this is just newly set up, I haven't created a menu here, so I'm going to do this now. Just call it Main Menu, doesn't matter, you could call it anything you like. And I'm going to make this the primary menu. There's different themes, have different allocations of where you can sit that menu, so I'm going to save that. Again, I don't have anything in the menu, so if I go back to my home page, that actually won't display anything. It's empty. So let's go back. And to add, I can just go, I want my home page, I want my About page, and I want my blog page. And to change the order, I can just drag and drop the order. Okay, so I'm going to save that and refresh. So now my menu is in the top of the site. How cool is that? Now that automatically applies across all my pages. So here's my About Us, here's my posts, here's my home page. Now, digital training, you may not actually want to call it that. You may want to call it home for good usability. So, I'm just going to call that home. I'm going to save that. I go back, and there's now call my home. Now, you might want to change the order. It's again a simple case of drag and drop. Home, About Us, my posts. So now, what if I wanted to put my blog under About Us? So that's very straightforward using this tool. It's just a drag drop so that you can see the hierarchy in the place. Now, each different theme treats this slightly differently. Again, I could change it to just the title. And I go back, refresh. So now it's showing me I've got a blog as a sub-menu item under there. So it's very powerful, nice, independent section related to working with pages. Normally I would sit these pages inside this menu. So let's go back to my list. So I will do a few other videos, training videos around pages using various editors. So just consult back to the list and choose the type of editor that you are planning to use or that you're currently using on your site for more detail.